controlled by Mickelson. The try, Kurt Baker.
Welcome back to the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. It's game 4 then of the HSBC Sevens World Series down here in Port Elizabeth. Argentina up against Zimbabwe's Southern Hemisphere competition between two teams. Argentina 5th in Dubai and having won the plate final against Scotland by 26 points to 12. Zimbabwe replaced Brazil in this leg of the tournament. And well, over the years certainly it's been all Argentina as far as that's concerned. Over the years, they've got a win ratio of 53% have the Argentines, and to just the 29 of Zimbabwe. Argentina will be playing in a red strip today, and of course the Zimbabweans in their traditional green and white, and in fact a lovely strip that they've got too.
To see, and a good finish and a good win by Australia. But Argentina, huge improvements over the years, ranked 7th after the 3 rounds with 25 points. Superheroes all around here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium.
It's a time for some fancy dress too. Argentina immediately just won the possession. That's very good play from them, and some great running too. This could be a first up try, and it is in fact for Rodrigo Echart, the captain of Argentina. What a start for the South Americans.
Dream start from kickoff for Argentina. That could be the fastest try so far, 11 seconds. That's a dash. Some elite athletes ran over 100 meters, and the Argentines make it that easy. Off the kickoff, tap back. Good management as well, as Morello got involved, and Rodrigo Echart, the finisher. Good feet work as well, had lots to do. Because it's based in South Africa. In Argentina, week or month in, month out, are part of the World Series, and the system is in place, and Zimbabwe just can't break away. Reason for that, just not playing regular sevens at this level.
Only their 32nd tournament in total over the years, 15 years Zimbabwe, so 100% right, Owen. And, well, this is a very young, it's the youngest squad here, the Argentine squad, so they've got they've got 5 20-year-olds. Lots of energy from their side and lots of opportunity. Franco Sabato with the second one.
You know, great build-up from Argentina, from solid defense, not allowing Zimbabwe to break away, get out their own 22. And there's the finisher, Franco Sabato. 21 tries already in the World Series. Keeping the ball alive is the secret, and very poor defense from Zimbabwe. 5 tackles to...
El otro gol que estamos pidiendo, que está pidiendo Santi. Por ahí falta manejar un poco más los tiempos, tranquilizarnos, tenemos que tranquilizar, estar obviamente cuando entramos en contacto y un poco en defensa, tengamos de lo mismo que vaya 19-0, seguir aproximando, seguir taclando y seguir parando en el pie como estamos haciendo.
Bien, una cosita, lo que dice Ro, manejar los tiempos no significa bajar la intensidad del partido, sí bajar la cantidad de tiempo de ese partido, lo vamos a manejar nosotros, nunca podemos manejar un partido si quedamos de atrás. Manejo el tiempo de los partidos, pero a la hora de actuar le meto locuras, no se vuelve a bajar. Vamos lento en todas las situaciones, pero cuando jugamos. Tenemos posesión y territorio, no pierdo, Try o posesión, no la revoleo, la cuido, vuelvo para atrás y vuelvo a arrancar. Seamos inteligentes, probemos lo del punto de contacto. Tanto para acción con tackle como el uno presentando el árbol, ¿claro? Vamos a tratarlo. Germán, salís en Axel. Vamos muchachos. Gaste.
Looking to keep the ball infield. Interesting thing with the Argentines too, that they're of course called the Pumas, but there are no Pumas in Argentina. They're only Jaguars, and it was actually a mistake that they were called Pumas. Strong take there from Axel Muller, who's come on as a replacement. The intercepted opportunity, but it could be legs 11. Yeah, definitely a big chase downfield, and it's going to be a try. And Segunda Tokele, the man who says Twickenham is the cathedral of rugby.
Deep within their own half here, Argentina race away for their 4th try against Zimbabwe. And Tukulet, the finisher, just opened up plenty of space. Missed tackles, costing Zimbabwe once again.
He's got a bit of pace, the kick downfield, and Gaston Revol back for it. Shouldn't have too many problems with kicking it out and saying, well, thanks very much, we'll take the win. And it's a comfortable enough one then for the Argentines. 31 points to 5, but importantly 5 tries that they scored.
Next game is a Pool B encounter, Argentina against Portugal. There are the two sides, and on the Argentinian side there are a lot of new names. In the squad of 12 there are all of 8 players who are 20 years old or younger, and that means that it's perhaps a little bit of a gulf in experience, but they've got lots of power and pace. Portugal are one of the emerging countries. They played Australia earlier today and really pushed them very hard indeed, but in the end they were well beaten by Australia. Now we'll see what they can do against Argentina. One man who will know both of these sides, because he has to find a way to beat them on a weekly basis, is sat alongside me now. Marius Skuman, former flyer for the Springbok Sevens team, the Blitzbokker, now in charge of finding talent for the academy. Marius, I always call you the hardest working man on the circuit. Wherever I go, you're already there. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Trying our best to spot new talent, and hopefully you guys can come through next year in 2020 Olympics.
Our referee for this game is Anthony Moyes from Australia, and his 169th match in the World Sevens Series. And it's one thing that Paddy O'Brien, the head of World Rugby Referees, was saying, that they're really building as many experienced match officials as they can ahead of those Olympics that Marius Skuman mentioned. So Revol just ahead of the 22. The penalty goes the way of Argentina.
Advantage, not 10.
Lovely holding up of the ball there. That's an important tackle on Herman Schultz. The penalty in front of the uprights goes the way of Argentina.
About here? Yes. Not 10 metres.
Here's Revol. Portugal doing well at the breakdowns. Revol has to go back the other way. Somebody's got to straighten the line from here. It's taken on by Fernando Luna. He's half broken the tackle. Now the pick and go and the try from Santiago Alvarez. He's one of the 20-year-olds from Buenos Aires.
It's a great try there from Argentina. Obviously a team that you don't want to take on the breakdowns. They're very good at the breakdowns, and showing that with that try.
That was the important bit. Just taking out a couple of defenders there, and that opened up the space. Obviously one of the things that you have to do on a regular basis, look at the videos, look back and see where the errors happened, and analyse teams you're going to play against.
Yes, I must say we do a lot of analysis on all the teams here. And
Gaston Revol, their captain, and Argentina trying desperately to find some space in their own 22, which in the end they do through Santiago Cordeiro. He's done brilliantly to get it all the way up into Portuguese territory. Now it's a foot race, and how's the bounce? The bounce is perfect. Lovely little offload. He's there.
Try.
That is going to be a try, I think. Herman Schultz, and it is confirmed.
Great start to the second half from Argentina. Schultz the finisher, but a great team try. Forward momentum, the offload and the tackle. There's a little depth here, there's the magic, but commitment in the chase. Sets up pretty, favourable bounce, the offload, and powering through Schultz. Second try for Argentina.
Conversion is good, and Argentina start the second half in style. They lead by 14 points to nil. Herman Schultz, one of the many 20-year-olds in the side. He's from Cordoba.
Just for a moment they thought Portugal could draw this game, but a good run upfield from Guenes.
And that is the end of the contest. And so at the end of the day, Argentina, with a try in each half, have beaten Portugal, who got one late in the game. And final score, Argentina 14, Portugal 7.
Now we have the Pool B encounter, this one to decide who will finish on top of the standings in Pool B. And it is Australia versus Argentina. They've had some good battles. Argentina actually now leading 23-22 in the series. That might surprise some Aussie fans. Last met in the Gold Coast in the plate semi-final back in October. And Argentina won that one by 4. And the Australians, well, they've named Pumas last week, losing the final to the Blitzbokker from South Africa. And Argentina won the plate final in Dubai. They lost the plate final on the Gold Coast. So Australia on the right and Argentina in the red on the left. Greg Clark with you, joining me in comment. We're underway, and Stennard. It's knocked back by Pumas, and Stennard cleans up, so that's a good beginning to this game for the men in gold. Foe to Clark. Clark spotted a gap and stepping. Can't get away though from the good tackle by Revol. Foley takes it into the 22 for Australia. Now Holland to Clark. Double round with Holland, and he gives it back now to Cusack, who's up over the 22. Jenkins out to Foley, flirting with the touchline, and he is into touch, 5 metres out. Great defence by Argentina. They held their nerve.
Yeah, Australia had the numbers on the blind side, but not the space. They all opened up for the open side. Solid defence from Argentina. Created the 1-on-1, just not enough width.
So Revol to throw into the line out. Close to his own line. The Australians rushing up, and Weeper. And it's going to be a wobbly old bounce for Stennard, who wants it. It's there for Argentina. The rugby ball, it can go anywhere! And so can this man. Santiago Cordero will score the try. The Australians are shell-shocked at the back. The wobbly old bounce. Stennard couldn't get it into his hands. And Revol, my goodness. In fact, Cordero, what a try.
Running down the clock. A favourable bounce there for Argentina to open the scoring. And this Pool B clash. Just couldn't claim it back, Standard as the sweeper. No sweeper at the back. Result of that, nobody at home for Australia, and Argentina get the first points.
Yeah, well, there was nothing on. They're only a year-old from the Regattas, the Bella Vista Club. Conversion from in front successful, so it's 7-0, and it's there for Clark. Claimed immediately, but it was knocked on by Australia. So this is going to be a good attacking opportunity for Argentina. They've got quite a few 20 and 21-year-olds in the team. Argentina coming through from their development in the under-20s, 15s. We've got a man down for Argentina at the moment.
Bind. Set.
Big scrum, big shove from Australia, but it's been kicked back into the hands of the try scorer, Cordero, who's been a real handful. Picked up now by Luna. And Luna by Clark in the second attempt, and Cusack makes the tackle, but it's Argentina on the charge. All they need to do is try and clear it quickly.
Tackle release.
They have to release now, the Australians, and the arm goes out.
Not rolling.
Not rolling away, and the penalty goes to Argentina. They take it quickly. It's 2-on-1. The pass over the top. The bounce is okay, but no. He couldn't control it, couldn't keep it in the field of play. It's a let-off there for the Australians.
Yeah, wasted opportunity by Argentina. Superb break though from Fernando Luna. Just couldn't go all the way. Desperate defense from the...
Here came off one of the Australians, so they get the throw into the line out.
Tackle release.
Raval getting it to Cordero, looking for a double. Pulled down by Holland, but it's still there for Argentina. They just need to put it through the hands, and opens up on the far side for Fernando Luna. So pressure by Argentina paying off. They're playing the game at the right end of the paddock at the moment, and his 14th try in his career. More importantly, they're up by 12 points to nil.
Yeah, set move from the line out. Switch back onto the blind side. That's what Argentina did. And Luna, second bite to the cherry, is successful. Pressure point, the pass, skip pass was a secret. And a good try for the Argentines.
2 tries to none, and here's a conversion from out wide off the uprights. And bounces back, so it is 12 points to nil. Argentina, they won, and it was almost intercepted. Holland holds the man up.
Tackle release.
It's still there for Argentina. And Cordero throws it over now to Muller. Muller got away from one. Oh, this is sensational stuff by Argentina. Well, poor defence by the Australians, and the men from Argentina, well, they are on fire at the moment. 3 tries to nil. Australia just can't get their hands on the ball, and it is Axel Muller who gets the try.
Yeah, plenty to be done on the left-hand touchline for Muller. 1-on-1, he thought it was all wrapped up. Cusack would make the tackle, misses that one, and Stannard left standing, the inside-outside, and a good finish.
The men from Argentina, well, they are on fire at the moment. 3 tries to nil. Australia just can't get their hands on the ball, and it is Axel Muller who gets the try.
Yeah, plenty to be done on the left-hand touchline for Muller. Did a very good comeback earlier on. France trailed by 21 points to nil at half-time, and good comeback to win the game.
So the winner will play Scotland, and the loser will play Fee. So much at stake, and getting on the outside now is Tukalet. He got away from the diving Clark, and so in he goes for the try. Oh, he has speed to burn. In fact, it is Cordero, so he's got a double, and that just might be enough now. Santiago Cordero, terrific play.
Yeah, just sheer pace from Cordero, the good finish, a good reply by Argentina. Just to match up Australia's points in the second half with the kick to come.
And there is that area of the stadium. So now Argentina. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's 24-14. And they're kicking long. And this ball, who's going to... Oh, the ball sits up again for Argentina. They're making their own luck. Argentina, and they're going to run away now. And they are going to score the winner. So they will go through, and they'll play Scotland in the Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. And it will be Australia taking on Fiji again. And this time it is Herman Schulz who gets the try. It's a wobbly old ball, the rugby ball, and it's set up beautifully for Argentina again on that occasion. That's twice they have scored from the bounce of the ball. So Muller offloading to Schulz.
Yeah, good pressure point from the kick, got upfield here, Argentina. But it was all a favourable bounce, but a kick.
You can see it on the face of the Australians after making the final in Dubai. They were favoured to go through on top of this Pool B, but it all went Argentina's way early on, and they kept the foot on the gas. And that means that they will play Scotland tomorrow in the quarterfinals, and Australia have that tough match-up against Fiji, which will be a replay of last week's semi in Dubai.
Rodrigo, you took your opportunities and scored some very good tries.
Yes, we trust in a system that we are training since 3 months ago, and luckily sometimes it happens and luckily no.
You must get a lot of confidence for a young team winning big against Australia.
Yes. We, as I said, we had a system, and we take proof of it. And it no matter who plays, but we trust in a way of playing.
Hey, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
So the last of the Cup quarterfinals then will be hosted between Argentina and Scotland. An impressive Argentina it was yesterday. And, well, they've got a fairly well-set combination that they start with. And, well, some really good players amongst them. The experience of Gaston Revol, for example. Javier Rorias is one of the leading point scorers here in Port Elizabeth. And Scotland, well, Colin Gregor, as usual, will lead them out and be their playmaker during this match. In fact, it's Scott White that leads them.
Scotland only 32, so they'll really need to play out of their boots to be victorious today.
Nick Bryan from New Zealand is our referee for this match. And, well, the kickoff, that's a rare occasion that a player is blown up for being in front of the kicker. So Colin Gregor will have an opportunity from midfield to try and spark something in the Scottish side. Fifth in the all-time points list, Colin Gregor, with 1,205. He's been an outstanding player for Scotland over the years. That's him in possession right now. On the lost possession enables Argentina, who playing in what many people would feel is an unfamiliar colour of red.
Yeah, rightly so. But also innovation from the different nations, sevens, looking to make it funky and attracting some of the younger crowd. So it's good to see.
Of course. Yeah, is their opportunity now? The belt downfield. James Eddy it is who's caught in possession. 10! Scotland have obviously worked out the best way to play against Argentina would be to maybe make sure that they hold on to possession. And of course find support too. Scott Riddell got into a cul-de-sac, and Damien Hoyland did well. Just put the ball down, played it again, the opportunity. And they're making it difficult for themselves too, with not able to pass that accurately all the time. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, so that makes it tougher too for the teams.
Number 5 holding on.
We're talking about ball retention. I mean, Scotland's completed 23 passes, but all behind the gain line.
Well, there's an opportunity, and this is it. Argentina, they take it when it comes. And Patricio Fernandez, the 20-year-old superstar, they say, is going to score this try. He's just got to put it down. He's waiting, and he's just giving his team a chance to gather a few breaths. They say this fellow is perhaps the next Juan Hernandez, of course, and that's no small talk.
Yeah, the big boots to fill. Hernandez, a legend in Argentine rugby. But to get their 5 points, Argentina completed only 6 passes, so it's been Scotland doing all the play in this first half.
Okay, yeah, sure thing.
Again, you see the importance of accuracy, don't we?
Absolutely, but they had their numbers there, 3 on 2, and well managed the switch as the secret, and a great angle picked up by Patricio Fernandez. There's more space to work with, but interesting enough, and it's very successful throw at the back.
You make it sound easy, eh? After all those years of throwing it in lineouts, now it's Argentina again. They're looking for another one, and it's again Patricio Fernandez. What a good start to the match. He doesn't always start games. He's very often brought in as a replacement.
Set phase move there for Argentina, off the line out. Gaston Revol, very instrumental in that move. And this is the end of it. Once again, footwork is top class. 2 on 2. It's doing enough to hold in the defenders on the inside. Scotland just not shifting quickly enough. Got a good second try for Patricia Fernandez.
That are quite happy to kick the ball downfield, Argentina, this time from Javier Royas. And there was no one in support there, so Scotland find themselves in a bit of trouble, and the possession has been turned over. There's another kick. This time it's the kick chase, and who's the paciest man to get there? Well, it's eventually Damien Hoyland, but they say he's carried it over, so he actually touched that ball before he went into the in-goal area, so it'll be a scrum to Argentina.
Yeah, great foot race, playing the man without the ball there. Damien Hoyland taken over, so advantage, scrum down for Argentina. First real chance in the second half. Only their second visit in Scotland's 22 entire game.
Gaston Revol quickly through the hands. Now can they make something of this? Inside, no problem at all. And the try belongs to Santiago Cordera, who hasn't touched much of the ball in this game, but he was there when he was needed.
Well, they utilised the kick to get upfield, Argentina, and just reward for their efforts from the scrum. Set move, probe the blind side, plenty to do, cut inside, Cordera, the try scorer.
10 seconds.
Your quality sides with midfield scrummages or midfield free kicks very often score points too, and it makes such a difference. That's a very good kick too, and it's a very important one for Argentina to bring the score to 19 all. Yep. So this time Argentina go deep into Scottish territory, and well, that's very clever play by Javier Rojas. He saw the gap at the back and said, let's kick it out towards the corner and put pressure on Scotland.
Yeah, turned them from the kick-off. Lots to do for Scotland. And also the kick chase, just right up there.
Number 9.
As the saying goes, the kick is only as good as the chase.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Gavin Lowe was doing there. He perhaps expected that there were players on his ball. So the coin is tossed there by the referee, between the two coaches. And they make the choice ultimately, and they'll convey it to their teams that are in the huddle right now.
Well, Scotland will take the kick. The wall swap sides. Takes in 5 minutes, or possibility of 10 minutes.
As the hooker with the little flicking. So Revol gets it in straight, importantly, to Axel Muller.
Play on.
Axel Muller, who's actually grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, now playing for Argentina.
And it's over.
Says that Daley Thompson is his hero, the former decathlete. So it's a big chase now for Argentina. Franco Sabata is caught in possession, but not held, so he stood up on it. This is where you need a real speedster, don't you? And well, maybe they found one in the form of Francisco Morello. How about this then? The unlikely Francisco Morello, who puts the finishing touches to this game with a vital try.
Well, golden score, and it's Argentina who advances to the Cup semi-final to take on New Zealand. Golden score, Francisco Morello.
Well, it didn't go very long, did it, with the extra time, and the extra time that we've seen in the competition thus far has been pretty much like that. So the Shield semi-finals, the disappointing Samoa will be up against one of the three African teams, Zimbabwe, and then Japan, the crowd favourite, up against Portugal. And then the bowl semi-finals, well, Wales and Canada, and then Kenya and France could be a keenly contested match. And then into the plate. England will play against Fiji. The United States up against Scotland. And then last up, the Cup semi-finals. The locals, South Africa up against Australia.